Okay, it's just slow.
How embarrassing.
We'll make it.
Yeah, we will. So, I'm Alex Ford.
And I'm Andrew Reyes.
Yeah,
And I'm Randy Butternubs.
we're playing important parts in the Call of Cthulhu production that's going to start here in
Oh yeah, we're live.
45 minutes.
45 minutes already?
It's 6:15.
Wow.
I know. Eastern
Do we have any
Standard.
sound?
One of the things
Eastern
that,
Daylight.
that we've been talking about during rehearsals and production and so forth,
We have
that we
sound.
really want to address is
And there's no
We have no sound.
the, let's call it the question
No sound.
legacy of
That's a
there's no
Stephen
sound.
Yeah, there's no sound.
Oh, no, there's. That sounds like sound.
Okay. So one
I'm
of
not
the things that
getting sound.
we wanted to talk about that we made a lot of jokes about, but which is fairly serious, is the questionable legacy of H.P. Lovecraft as a person versus his history as a writer. It's no secret to anyone that Howard Phillips Lovecraft was undeniably a racist, classicist sack of crap.
Yeah, he was had a distinct reputation at the time for being elitist and against people who are not educated white men.
Yeah, and that's something you can see in all of his fiction. The heroes are always intelligent, educated white guys, and the villains are
Not.
decadent, slow-headed foreigners.
Yeah, they're anything but white and
Anything
educated.
but white. The problem is that the flavor of horror and the kind of alienation and repulsion that he evokes in his writing comes straight from those phobias and from those hatreds. So the question is, how do you separate the man from his work when his work is so efficient, because it comes so deeply from inside the man?
They're intrinsically tied.
They are.
And the death of the author is a very difficult concept to do when he has ingrained so much of his beliefs into his work. Even though the cultural ideas have shifted somewhat since his time, we still feel this xenophobia, this fear of the unknown, people we don't know, and outside of our little secular view of our world space. And frankly, you can't separate them. But if you can take it, you can understand what it is in part with these ideas beneath it. You can appreciate it in its own way. You can celebrate it for, its own things, and you can do something like what Lovecraft Country does, where it embraces the ideas and the themes and turns it on its head in an interesting narrative way.
I haven't seen that.
I've heard very good things about it. I don't pay for streaming services.
Yeah.
But
So,
like when it comes to other things, you can try to, like with the Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes are deeply racist.
yeah, some of them are. But you want to know something interesting? This is going to be a quick little sidebar.
What's that?
A lot of people complained in I think it was the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, about Speedy Gonzales. They were like, oh my gosh, this is so offensive to Latino and Hispanic people and so forth. So Speedy Gonzales kind of got pulled out of the spotlight, or at least hidden away.
Because you embrace stereotypes, right?
Yes, and you know what the Hispanic community said?
Don't do that.
Where's the Speedy? ¿Dónde está Speedy? It turns out that Speedy Gonzales was actually a well-received character by the Hispanic community. ¿Verdad que sí?
Por
Yeah,
supuesto.
Por supuesto. Why? Because he's a clever, fast, charming little rogue who always puts the cat, i.e. the man, in his place.
Huh. I consider that.
That's why I have a real problem with cancel culture. I think that's one of the greatest well-intended paths to hell in our society. And that's why I'm not one to say, oh, let's cancel Lovecraft.
Yeah.
Better than that, I think we can look at the man as an example of what not to be, and further as an example of how you can take the worst of humanity and turn it around to make it some of the best.
I just want to interrupt a second. Heart Siren, thank you for your comment. They basically are letting you know that if you're wearing your mask, that, that's okay. Keep it up. We appreciate that sort of thing.
So do wear the mask?
I will leave it up to you guys as far as what you
I can project through my mask. So
Sorry, Shruggy.
Yeah, because you can be heard just fine.
Okay, good. I was worried about
Okay,
that.
I'll just take off. That's why not.
Please don't.
Oh, okay. But anyway, yeah, I figured I'd just hop in on something.
Oh, but here, how about this? I'm going to step over here.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, with us?
Oh,
Sure, why not? Hi guys, I'm Dakota Paris. I play Gustav Johansson as well as many other roles, including Erskine Blackwell, who you'll hear the voice of this whole narration topic. And I'm also as well Professor Bell. If you recognize me in that scene, hey, how you doing? But anyway, yeah, I'm just really excited to be in this play, and to be honest, I'm here with some really talented people. Really talented.
yeah, where are they?
No, I'm nodding my head because I have no shame.
No, but anyway, yeah, I'm here with some really talented people, and hopefully we can provide some entertainment for people at home. Granted, yes, H.P. Lovecraft's ideas, racism is terrible, but if we can provide entertainment for people, then yeah, I'm not very good at speeches or whatnot, but hopefully you guys will be entertained.
That's the thing. I think at a certain point you have to look at the greater contribution of the artist. And when I said, you know, take some of the worst of humanity and make it into some of the best we have to offer, his work is not great writing by any means, but his concepts and I mean, how strong is the Lovecraft mythos, the Cthulhu mythos in popular culture?
Oh, I think he only wrote like 2 stories about Cthulhu, and then everything else is basically fan fiction that's better than him.
Well, you know, he
I
created
do have
a lot
an
of.
I do have an H.P. Lovecraft collection that's about this thing.
It's like the anthology of
He's
all.
written a lot, but
Yeah, but like there's
Yeah,
like
but
2 books about
with-
Cthulhu.
Yeah, but what he brought to the horror, the fear of the unknown, and all this stuff. There have been video games about him, board games, the Call of Cthulhu RPGs.
so many RPGs.
Yes, the fear of the unknown, what is underneath. So many influences are based on his work.
There's some deeply philosophical ideas about the cosmos
Yes.
and our place in something that can be vast and empty and unfeeling to our plights and our endeavors.
Vast infinite sea.
That courage means nothing in the face of something that cannot feel, and if it does feel things we can't comprehend.
Yes.
Yeah, we can extrapolate much more out of this than what he put into it. That's the beauty of it.
That is the beauty
Yeah,
of it.
but you can take someone's work and sort of change it around. Now, granted, that has been done both very well and very poorly.
Yeah. I mean, we only try to remember the good stuff because the bad stuff gets forgotten.
Yes.
Unless it's so bad.
Like The Room.
Like The Room.
So I think
Oh,
we can
really?
all
Good
agree
kind of
that Lovecraft was kind of a jackass. Next. I think we can stop talking about that for a while.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I just joined the Owen County Civic Theater for this production, so a lot of these people I'm barely getting to know. And you, watching at home, don't know them at all, probably. So let's get to know them. Alex, where are you from?
I am from Bloomington. I wasn't born in Bloomington. I was born in Indianapolis, and then I went up to Lafayette to get my undergrad in psychology.
What happened to lights?
And I moved down to Bloomington, and then I went and got my master's in sociology at the University of Amsterdam.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude.
We know what you did.
Yeah, I went to a fancy European school to learn about sex. And then I, started getting into acting and stuff.
So was it anything like Suspiria, or is that just in the movies?
Like Suspiria?
Yeah.
Like with ballet and demons and stuff?
No.
I haven't seen Suspiria, but I'm aware of it.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I'm really happy to be part of this project because I know John, the director, very well. I've helped him with several of his projects, and it's nice. I've liked it. I've been working with lots of really enthusiastic and good people.
What brings you to this stage today? Why are you in this production?
That's a good question.
I don't know what I'm doing
No,
here!
it's fun. Frankly, it's fun.
I just walked in, I saw the sign, that's like, we need
John
help.
asked him because he said that we don't have as much cast as we want. I'm joking. I actually really wanted to help him out with this, and I've always wanted to do community theater, and I never have. And here we are.
And here we are.
And here we are.
Dakota, why don't you step up and tell us something about yourself?
My name is Scott Paris. I originally was in the OCCT, gonna be in the Great Gatsby, believe it or not. I was gonna play a character in I was gonna play a role where I was gonna be a photographer named Chester and a policeman, but of course, on the last week that we were going to premiere Gatsby, of course, everything went to hell in a handbasket.
How's that?
Play got moved to April. Then it got canceled, and then the OCCT was shut down because it was during this whole quarantine thing.
Oh crap!
Yeah. And this production is actually the first that we're signaling that hopefully we can be back and doing these plays. Hopefully sometime at least next year. We do have a Christmas thing that's coming up later this year. And hopefully we can be entertained by that. But yeah, I was in this production because I knew John, Jeremiah, and all this stuff. And I've met literally lots of great people here. And hopefully we can entertain the masses.
The masses. You hear that, folks at home? You're the masses.
Yes, masses. And the masses, we'd like to thank Civilian Brewing, which symbols or their thing should be up right now, their title card. We'll be going more into there and giving more credit. They are the ones who actually, in the Tivoli's auction, basically decided they wanted to promote this play. So they are our major sponsors, Civilian Brewing, right next door. Great stuff to buy.
Have delicious craft sodas.
Beer. Good beer. We'll go more into that later.
Lots of food.
And back to you guys.
Oh, okay.
All right, you're next.
Hawkins, get on stage.
Am I in frame?
Sure.
Yeah, we're mostly shooting from that one.
Oh, that one? Okay.
Oh, really? I didn't know. Good.
I think it's the middle one.
Hold on. Okay, hi, I'm Liam.
Watch your language!
I'm Liam Barrett. I play the role of Inspector LaGrosse and Hawkins. Let's see,
Where are you from?
I was born in Bloomington and raised in a...
Barnes?
Yeah, in a barn, obviously. No, raised in a little neighborhood near Ellettsville. And then I moved to Spencer, and now I'm here. So
How
yeah,
long have you been in the
Excellent.
OCCT?
since the beginning. I was in the first production, A Christmas Carol, and I was a caroler.
How old were you then?
Oh boy, like 10,
And how old are you now?
15.
That's 5 years,
Well,
folks.
no, I might have been like 9.
You're 15?
Yeah.
Okay, that's 6 years, folks. All right, so Liam, I think the entire world wants to know what's your favorite thing that you've ever smelled?
Well, I love the smell of lavender.
Okay.
Yeah. I have my lavender in the dressing room right now.
That's right, because yesterday you were chewing some mint gum and you were sniffing the lavender. You're like, wow, lavender and mint. Totally awesome.
Yes. Should we also tell people the story of the bourbon? No.
I don't know, sure.
No, that one can fine.
Well, it's not real
Hey,
bourbon.
no.
Okay, excellent. So thank you very much, fellas.
Thank you very much. Why don't you step over this way?
Yeah, there we go.
Consolation prize.
Seriously,
Come back in your box.
Get back in your cake.
Hey, Jamie, why don't you come over here, man?
Yeah, Jamie.
Oh.
John,
It's your turn.
this is one of the pictures we got from the stream.
Yeah.
Sure,
Right
there's a
in the
camera.
middle.
Hey.
Talk to it.
So
I'm
the
Jamie.
things are looking a little golden.
I'm the dead narrator.
Yeah, because Diggs is sending me pictures of the
Come
stream.
on, don't look at me, look at
How
them.
far back
No,
we
you're the one that
disappear?
called me over. I don't know.
Yes, I
Too far
am.
forward.
Not that that's actually.
It's the audience. It's our viewers.
This is weird. I don't have much to say.
Okay, well, you prompt you. What are 3 of your favorite movies?
Ooh, 3 of my favorite movies. Okay. 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Dude, nice!
Baby Driver.
I haven't seen that.
Baby
Oh,
Driver.
that's very good.
And Mandy. That's a really good Nicolas Cage movie where he like fights demons. And
Oh,
cuts
yeah.
their heads off. Great movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I don't know.
See, I
It's
didn't
a
know
wide
that
range.
stuff.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know.
What brings you to the stage now, today, here, for Cthulhu action?
Facebook, a Facebook post that I saw saying, call for actors for this show. And
I have had Cthulhu Mythos, what is it, like a collection on my shelf for a long time that was still sealed, so I saw that, I opened it up and started reading it, and I was like, oh,
Opened up your
absolutely.
collection?
What did you say?
You opened up your collection?
I opened up my collection. I mean, it's like, I have my bookshelf, and then that book is like, it's a cool design on the front. So I was like, I've just had it displayed up there, and it's still sealed. And so I was like, might as well open it up. Unboxing? Yeah, I did an unboxing, and I was like, that's a pretty cool story, and then I was like, yeah, I'll go on. Hold up my phone, looked at Google Maps, and it said,
Yeah.
What are you scared of? Birds?
Nah, nothing really.
Dating?
I thought of something that I am scared of.
What's that?
People not voting.
Yeah, you should vote. It's your civic duty, and if you don't, you deserve the future you get. So, dating?
No,
You're not scared of dating?
no.
Magical. So, this is not a microphone.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, sir, that's a baton.
It's your turn.
Mr. Jeremiah.
Hi, Jeremiah.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
So, have you acted a lot before?
No, just growing up, I acted a lot for attention.
Just want to make a side note to you guys. Every time you mention something, heavy air quotes, controversial, lose viewers.
Yes.
Keep going.
Yes.
Hey, if we're losing viewers, it better be because they're going out and voting.
I also agree with that sentiment.
You dropped the things. Oh, shit. Why do you have half of a clothespin?
It was at the thing I was at previously.
This is fascinating.
Yes.
So, tell me about yourself. What do you do? How long have you been here? Are you afraid of birds?
No. Birds don't terrify me. Trees do.
Trees? Go
Trees.
on.
Yes, trees. I am terrified of trees, and specifically trees falling on me.
What kind of trees?
There was an incident. All trees. Anything bigger than like me.
So, like spruce?
Yes.
Redwood?
Yes. Fir?
Birch?
Yes. Hickory? Yes.
pseudo-widow.
Apple? Yes. Dogwood? Yes. Pseudo-widow? Yes. All trees.
Hey, quick, someone off stage, look up how tall pseudo-widow is.
5?
Yeah, about 5.
5.
5 units. Define your units.
If
Five
you're so
units.
scared of every tree, why don't you name all of them?
If that ever dies, you let us know.
Yes.
Quick, name
As
your
soon as possible.
So you work here?
I've lived in Spencer all my life. I work at our local grocery store and worked there for 15 years, proudly.
What do you do there?
I am the dairy manager. I order stuff, stock the milk,
Choose those otters.
cheese, butter, all of that stuff.
What if the fridge goes down?
Then we fix it.
How do you fix it?
Usually by calling somebody, or thawing the ice out, or repairing a gas line, or something like that.
Cool.
Hopefully it's cool, because if it's not, we've got a problem.
So what got you into acting then?
John Simon. I was down at our local park, LARPing. I'm a member of the Dagger Here group here in Spencer, Indiana. We LARP every Monday at 4 o'clock. Hope to see you there.
Social distance?
No, sorry. There is no social distancing in LARP.
I'm calling the health department.
Oh, please do.
We're less than
need
10
more-
people. Ha.
We need more people down there.
Health department LARPs.
Down there LARPing, and John said, hey, you should try out for Willy Wonka, which we performed last year. And I did, and it was great.
Who were you?
I was the reporter.
Cool. Did you enjoy it?
I loved it.
Good enough to come back?
Yes.
Sing us a song.
Yeah. Sing us the song you were the reporter, man.
There was only one line in my song that I sang.
Sing it.
Dance!
And what does Augustus do when breakfast through?
What does he do?
He eats more, he eats more, he eats more.
Solid.
Yes.
Get this man Tony.
No.
Raspberry.
No.
As
Tony's
you
my
can
boss.
see-
I don't want another one.
As you can see, we're trained professionals here at the Lone Valley Civic Theater.
So you've had no prior acting education?
Nope. Nothing.
Nice. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm proud of everyone who stood up on this stage.
Yes, everyone who is a member of this, the people here that are backstage, the people sitting down there doing our tech stuff, thank you very much. Without you guys, a show like this wouldn't be possible.
That's very true. Your turn.
Come on up, Art.
Yeah,
You don't
Art, come
actually.
on.
I'm not going to force anyone to do anything. You can come up here if you want to answer some questions on the camera, and if you don't, that's fine.
I'll try.
The world is about consent.
Can see.
So, what's your name?
Arturo Rodriguez.
Awesome. And what do you do?
I'm an artist, professionally.
What kind of artist?
Well, I do mixed media, but mostly metal.
Mostly metal. What's your favorite kind of metal?
Like thrash or?
Well, I like basic metals like copper and brass, but I was trained in gold and silver, so it's just, it's,
That's really cool.
yeah.
Where can people see your art?
Well, until a few months back, I used to have a shop in a store, but due to the regulations for the pandemic, we had to close. So
You had a shop in the before times.
yes, before COVID, yes.
All right. Do you have any acting experience?
Very little. I did mostly dance. I was classically trained dancer, so
What kind of dancing?
ballet.
That's awesome.
Like 60 pounds away.
So what brought you
go.
here?
To the theater? Or-
Yeah, this theater, this show.
I was invited by a good friend of mine, John. So who's directing the play.
Yeah, flame beef for everything, I see how
Yeah.
it is.
Well, I mean, if you weren't in charge, then there would be a different number of people on stage right now.
That's right. My bad, sorry. It is my fault.
This is absolutely your fault, and we should take responsibility for the success that this is.
I completely take responsibility.
Good.
100%.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And if it wasn't for him, I would have missed this part of the Go Live because I didn't get the memo. Literally didn't.
This is what stage managers are for, everybody.
That's okay.
Are you scared?
Not scared, but you know, just want to get the best I can. I think I got most of my lines.
So anxiety then?
A bit.
A bit.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I feel that too. All right. Do you have anything you want to say to the audience?
Well, I hope you guys enjoy the show. Espero que disfruten el teatro y nos vemos pronto. So we'll catch you later.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks.
Who hasn't spoken yet?
We've actually got something to interrupt you with for a moment. So if you will,
Dun dun.
I love interruptions.
Breaking news. Interruption.
Is it?
I thought I saw a police tag. Meet me. See you.
Well, right now it's
Now the stage is blank.
tough to say.
I'm just here.
You were still.
We are gone. We have vanished from screen.
I would be able to until everything is clear. People can. As a matter of fact, none of the shows, art shows, trade shows.
Oh, we still have video?
that I have done.
They're watching a
let's
video.
go back to you. I've got sound.
You're live.
I'm live.
Were you getting sound?
Nice lost. But not just for everybody.
Did you do color guard?
Hey Alex, why don't you tell us a story about yourself that nobody would ever guess?
Yep. All right. Do you know how many teeth I have?
I'm going to assume it's either more or less than the normal complement of human teeth.
How many teeth does the average adult human have?
Like what, is it 32, something like that?
Yeah, I have 30.
Okay.
But no one would ever know. They're actually missing from the front.
So are you like, is it like a congenital? Like, I mean, were you born that way, or?
Oh, no. No, no. So here's the fun story. Ready?
Okay.
My dad told me not to jump on trampolines. When I was 10, I jumped on trampolines.
What happened?
My knee went into my mouth.
Nice.
And I knocked out 2 of my teeth.
Oh, wait, were they stuck in your knee?
No.
Dang!
They did x-rays.
Oh, that would have been way cool.
They checked to make sure there wasn't any bone in my legs. But the point is I missed a lot of school over the course of the next 8 years while they were reconstructing my jaw and putting in titanium posts, embedding porcelain teeth into my head. And they are beautiful and expensive, and I can never thank my parents enough.
Holy cow, that's really neat.
Yeah, I'm glad I had it while I was under
I
warranty.
never knew that.
And here's the fun part. Ready? I already mentioned the fun part. Fun part. 2 weeks later, broke my nose at a birthday party.
Woo!
No!
Okay.
Two-hand touch football.
Oh, okay.
Touch football? How do you
Two-hand touch football. Some guy was getting really excitable, and he jumped, and his head ran into my face. And
So basically, your face is always under attack.
my face is more expensive than most cars.
Then get ready.
You say it to a man holding a stick. That is not like a joke stick.
Hey Liam, tell us something about you that
Yeah,
we know.
yeah. And try not to make it about mutilation when you were young and stupid. Wait, you are still young. Stupid is optional.
Oh,
Wow,
no,
harsh
it's not.
reality.
It's not optional.
No, in most people's cases.
Something that nobody would ever.
Yeah, what would I never suspect about you because I suspect you love anime? Because I saw that immediately on your mask and phone case.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. Let's see. A story that nobody would suspect. Like,
Or ever expect. Yeah. Like Arturo was in ballet. I never would have saw that coming.
He was?
Yeah, did you miss that part of the interview?
I was gone.
Oh, well, that sounds like your problem.
We interrupt for just a moment to bring you a message from our other production.
Johnson, and I'm honored to be directing one of the plays for the 2021 Owen County Civic Theater season. Wonder what it is? You better get a clue.
I hate murders. You locked us in this house with a murderer.
How was your drive?
It's a long haul.
Ah, indeed. It is a long haul. It's a very large house. And there seems to be some confusion. Are we or not the only people in this house?
I'm not a communist, I'm a Republican!
Oh, please. What's someone going to blackmail me for? I go to church every Sunday.
That's the perfect opportunity.
We
are live!
Hey! We're back. Did you find a story? All right, fine. Here's let me ask you. No, we're not going to embarrass somebody's brother without their permission.
Why I'm afraid of trees.
Afraid of trees?
You're next.
Okay.
So, you're in school. This is not meant to be threatening. You're in school? All right. So what do you hope to do?
Whoa.
What's your 5-year plan?
I haven't really thought too much into it, but...
Yeah, because you're a sophomore?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I've thought a little bit.
Okay. So what do you enjoy doing?
I was thinking about maybe going to school for culinary arts. I enjoy cooking. I do a lot of that.
I did not expect that out of you. You like cooking? What's your favorite thing to cook?
Let's see. I like to cook, man, I don't know.
You don't know what you like to cook?
I cook a lot of different things.
Okay, I do the cooking in my house. I like to make pizza. I enjoy making pizza.
Actually, I make handmade pizza.
Uh-huh, yeah?
Tossed. Yeah.
Is that one of your favorite things to make? Do you prefer stews, sautés, stir-fries, deep-fried, cakes?
I make a lot of cookies, a lot of different kinds of cookies.
What's your favorite kind of cookie?
White chip macadamia nut.
All right, why is that?
The taste.
Could be the texture. See, all these answers are very important. Don't answer me dismissively. Questions are important.
The taste. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. So you're looking to go into culinary arts, get a trade.
Probably, yeah.
So that's kind of something that you haven't quite looked into yet, but it's a good thought.
Mm-hmm. Same with psychology.
Ah, psychology. What would you like to do with psychology?
Be a therapist, probably. Maybe what is the other word?
Social worker?
Possibly, something like that.
Psychiatrist?
Yes, psychiatrist.
All right. So I'm going to tell you as a guy who's a bachelor's in psych, you got to figure out which one you want to be pretty well into it.
Yeah, I know.
It's a matter of commitment. Mm-hmm. Are you okay with commitment?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, he has to be. He's in a theater production.
Yep. I could have done something else today, but I'm glad to be here, so.
Awesome. Breaking the rules. Your turn. Tell me about trees.
Goodbye.
Here, hold this piece of wood while you talk about it.
So, 5 years ago, I was at the grocery store, which I work at, I mentioned that, doing the end of day task, getting all the carts off the lot. It was snowy, it was really windy, almost kind of blizzardy conditions. I went over to grab a shopping cart, and the tree fell. I was directly underneath of it. That shopping cart nearly got crushed. Where I was holding it, the shopping cart missed 2 branches. One great big one here, one great big one on this side. If I hadn't have ran, sprinted, cowardly fleed out from underneath the tree, I would have been underneath it.
And then you would have died?
Yes, or been horribly maimed, mutilated or something.
That's a fate worse than death.
Yes. And then they called me to tell me a tree fell in the parking lot.
Hey, be careful out there.
Yes.
A tree fell.
Hey, go do something about it.
And you're like, I'm there.
Yes.
I ran from it. That's what I did.
I was literally there. I saw it happen.
I was assaulted.
Yes. Yeah. I tried to sue the tree. Tree was dead.
You gotta be careful.
Can't get money from a dead estate or a dead tree.
I mean, money doesn't grow on trees.
Not that
But,
one.
so now, I'm gonna ask you a deeply personal question.
Go
Do you
ahead.
feel a sense of anxiety when it snows and you walk out?
Snow, no. It's trees.
But like trees with snow on them?
Yes, because it's the tree, it's not the snow. I love snow.
But I meant more like when it starts snowing, you see the snow on the trees, you're just like, I don't know if I want to walk on that sidewalk.
No. If the tree's alive and like looks in good shape, it doesn't matter if there's snow on it or not.
All right.
If the tree's leaning over, looks like it's getting ready to fall, it doesn't matter if it's snow, rain, sunshine. My heart rate quickens, my breath starts to get a little shallow, and I quickly scurry underneath that tree so I'm not underneath it.
All right.
So,
Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
So essentially, Jeremiah's kryptonite is a tree.
Yes.
Okay, everyone, we're gonna take a 10-minute break while we set and get ready for the play. Say your goodbyes.
So thank you for joining
Bye,
us.
guys.
Enjoy the show.
We didn't do any skits.
No.
What?
And that's okay.
We forgot the
That's it.
Cthulhu
Thank you,
PVC
Jeremiah.
skit.
Jeremiah. Okay.
to OCCT Radio, which is actually broadcast live on the internet through YouTube. Our sponsors today are Civilian Brewing. They're locally operated and owned and provide some of the best beer and sustenance in the area. And now for our show. Slowly coming up in a few minutes, Ernst Blackwell.
A random murder in a public park. An artist racked by fanatical and haunting dreams. A police inspector confronting the depraved rites of a voodoo cult. Interpreted sailors pitted against a diabolical monstrosity risen from the bottom of the sea. And one man doomed to understand that such things foretell madness and the end of mankind. Nothing like a marvelous meal prepared by an expert chef. But did you know those delicious creamy foods can lead to gum irritation, Vincent's disease, and even pyorrhea? But if you brush morning and night with Four Hands toothpaste, you need not worry about the serious medical conditions. Four Hands is the only dentifrice made with Xenareth, a powerful agent to stimulate and protect your gums. So go ahead, eat like a king, but make sure you brush with Four Hands. Ladies and gentlemen, Algernon Black.
Where'd you get? Look at that.
What? Whoa. What's going on here? Oh my God.
There's blood everywhere.
There's so much.
Hey, come on, get back. You make way. You'll disturb my crime scene. Get back. Hey, good evening, Detective Mallory.
Just another Monday night in Boston, eh, Hale? What do we got?
Some uptown blue blood by the looks of him. Probably another robbery. Single quick stab between the ribs. What do you think, Mallory? Maybe a real sharp knife?
Hell of a way to lose your wallet. Anybody see anything?
Hey, we got a neighbor. Hey, you. The detective would like a word with you.
I told you, I didn't see nothing.
Look here, you said you saw him in the park through your window.
Well, yeah, I saw that.
If we do not rise and seize the moral high ground, soon there will be no ground left at all.
Who said that?
I did. Now, what'd you see?
Was just standing there by himself, and then this man walks up to him.
Yeah, well, what's he look like?
Big, about your size. Just kind of like a sailor, a Negro, one of those dark pea coats.
What's this sailor do?
He just walks up to him like he's gonna ask him for a smoke or something.
Then what?
I told you, I didn't see nothing. I was doing the dishes. I looked down, and when I looked back up, the Negro was gone.
Anything else?
No. Well, I saw the expression on the dead guy's face. He looked so scared.
Yeah, being stabbed will do that to you.
Nah, it wasn't like that. His face, I never saw someone so scared.
All right, well, the sergeant will take their information.
With me.
All right, buddy. Let's see if we got anything we can use to ID you with. Huh. Well, I'll be dang. Guess it wasn't a robbery after all. Hey, Hale, come here. Look at this. It's a billfold with cash still in it.
Well, there goes your robbery motive.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Francis Wayland Thurston. So, Francis Wayland Thurston, what's your story?
Right, this way, officers, into the elevator. So
building around.
So, what do you make of it, Nick?
Rich. Doesn't work. No woman. Very few friends and too many books.
Paranoid.
Well, what makes you say that?
Oh, you had an expensive lock on the door. You installed locks on the windows, too. What were you afraid of, Thurston? Hey, what do you make of this?
Expensive cabinet work, custom made. Very nice. And hollow.
Let's see. How do you bingo. It's a hidden cabinet with a metal lockbox inside.
Ah, beans. Some kind of weird old lock.
We'll take it down to the station, see if any other keys on his ring will fit it. Looks like our Mr. Thurston had a secret he wanted to protect. Can I call it or what? His keyring, catch.
What? You think this weird looking key's just gonna open this?
Ha!
Ah, it looks just like a bunch of papers and notes. Oh, wait a minute. It's something wrapped in cloth. Yeah, this looks like a piece of ceramic.
Now, hand me that journal. Yeah. Looks like Thurston wrote this. Listen. The most merciful thing in the world, I think, is the inability of the human mind to correlate all its contents. We live in a placid island of ignorance amidst black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far. The sciences, each in its own direction, have so far harmed us little, but someday the piecing together of separated elements will throw open such horrifying vistas of reality and of our terrifying place therein that we shall either go mad from the revelation or run from the light into the peace and safety of a new dark age.
Yikes, what was he, an English professor?
Oh, wait, there's more over here. There came to me a flash of insight, a single vision that thrills, that chills me when I read it and think of it, and it maddens me when I think of it. This piece of knowledge, like other dread glimpses of truth, came from the accidental piecing together of separate things.
That sounds like something they'd print in a pulp magazine.
Looks like you only started writing this about a month ago.
Yeah, whatever. He's a crackpot. Forget it.
No. I want to know what he was afraid of.
Well, the building super did say there was a death.
Hmm. Well, it looks like we got our first clue. What are the chances of 2 Negro sailors?
Oh, yeah. Let's get the mug books.
Oh, hold on, let me read. This.
The base relief was a rough rectangle less than an inch thick and about 5 by 6 inches in area. Its designs, however, were far from modern in atmosphere and suggestion. The bulk of these designs seemed to be some sort of writing, but I'd never seen anything quite like it. Above these apparent hieroglyphics was an impressionistic figure. It seemed to be sort of a monster, or a symbol representing a monster of a form which only a diseased fancy could conceive. If I say that my somewhat extravagant imagination yielded simultaneous images of a octopus, a dragon, and a human caricature, I shall not be unfaithful to the spirit of the thing. A pulpy, tentacled head surmounted by a grotesque and figure was a vague suggestion of a cyclopean architectural background.
Cyclopean?
Yeah, you know, giant stone bricks assembled without mortar.
Sounds like it's your kind of guy.
Aside from a step of cosmetics, there were no leading screen. Divided into 2 sections. 1925, dreams and dream work. Second, the narrative of the specters are the other things, because some of them were constant dreams and purposes, early citations, philosophical presuppositions. The rest comments on world surroundings, societies, or animals. The cutting's largely needed to portray mental illnesses, outbreak of folly or pain, and history of 1925.
Mental illness? Birds of a feather.
No, here's the Dreams and Dreamwork folder. So it tells me this isn't going to be a normal case.
You can say that again.
March 1st, 1925.
Yes. May I help you? I certainly hope so. Henry Anthony Wilcox, sir. My card.
Oh, yes. Let's see. You're Nathaniel Wilcox's son, though? The youngest?
Yes, sir.
Come in. Come in out of the rain, Mr. Wilcox, and let me take your coat.
Henry, please. Thank you for seeing me, sir. I would have called to make an appointment, but this is something that simply could not wait.
Oh, yes, well, come in. Come in and sit down. Am I remembering right that you're an artist?
I am, sir. Yes, a sculptor. And I have a rather urgent need of your expertise in things ancient and archaeological.
Yes, I'd be happy to.
This piece here, it has a kind of hieroglyphic script. I beseech you, tell me what ancient and forgotten tongue it is, Do you understand it? What does it say?
My dear young man, this tablet isn't ancient. Clearly, it's quite new.
It is new, indeed, for I made it last night in a dream of strange cities, and dreams are older than brooding Tyre, or the contemplative Sphinx, or garden-girdled Babylon. You felt the earthquake, no? Night before last?
Oh my, yes. Haven't had an earthquake like that in New England in a long time. I heard they felt it as far away as Wisconsin.
It affected me quite strongly. Not the shaking so much, but after it I dreamt of great, otherworldly cities of Titan blocks and sky-flung monoliths, all dripping with green ooze and sinister with latent horror. Hieroglyphics covered the walls and pillars, and from some undetermined point below came a sound, unlike any I had ever heard.
I see.
I didn't hear it really, so much as felt it.
Henry.
It was a chaotic sensation to which I suppose only a fancy could transmute into syllables. It said...
Yes?
It said...
Go on.
Cthulhu... Are you alright, sir?
What did you say?
Of course. There's really no way to say it. It was more like a feeling than like words.
And this, the piece you sculpted. This is what made the sound in your dream.
There was more. So much more. But yes, that is where it came from.
And those words... People. Were there people? Some kind of cult?
A what?
Worshippers, a secret society, voodoo.
No, no people. Just the buildings, and the writing, and that thing.
Henry, are you a member of a, shall we say, unorthodox religious group?
No, I am an artist.
Your secrets are safe here.
What are you talking about? I tell you I dreamed it, and then I made this.
Henry.
It means something, doesn't it?
The writing. I should have recognized it earlier.
You know what it is. What does it mean? It was also real, like I've never had a dream like it.
And you're certain, absolutely certain, you know nothing about a cult?
Nothing.
And this writing, you'd seen nothing of it prior to your dream?
No.
Henry, this is most important. Would you be willing to record your dreams and bring them back to me? Write them down, draw pictures, anything, and bring them back in the morning.
Yes, I can do that. But why? What does this mean?
I can't be certain just yet. Tomorrow. Will you come back to me tomorrow and tell me about what you've dreamed?
Yes, I suppose.
Over the course of the following month, my uncle recorded Wilcox's daily visits. Every night he was racked with fantastical dreams of the nightmare city. There was always another vista of dark and dreary snow, with some degree voice or intelligence shining monotonously and nihil sense of describing the stage direction. To learn this was to be one of their place.
Get a load of that. I'll say it's gibberish.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce it. Is it,
don't bother trying.
May I help you?
Yes. Looking for Henry Wilcox.
Oh, Henry's gone to the hospital. He fell ill last night.
Hospital?
Some sort of fever. He cried out in the night and alarmed several other artists in the building. I called his father and he and Dr. Toby came by and took him to the hospital this morning.
My uncle telephoned Dr. Toby.
Henry's been plagued with hallucinations and nightmares. The poor lad's feeble mind is dwelling on strange things.
What things?
Odd, morbid things. Lately he's taken speaking of gigantic thing miles high, which walks or lumbers about, though, is this dead city's most peculiar.
Does it have a name?
I haven't noticed him naming it, but after he speaks to this giant creature, he invariably falls into a state of lethargy. I'm sorry, Professor Engel, but what's your interest in all this?
Henry sought me out to consult with him about a piece he sculpted. Would it be all right if I paid him a visit?
I suppose the sight of a friendly face wouldn't do him any harm, but he shouldn't be indulging in these gruesome revelries. His temperament is excitable as it is.
Of course. I understand.
No. How long have I been here?
Well, March 22nd to today. That's 11 days.
Why are you here?
Henry, you and I have been discussing your dreams. Dreams of a sunken city.
Did we? I don't recall.
You mean to tell me you don't recall anything of our discussions?
Sorry, but no.
My uncle arranged to see Wilcox a few more times, but from that point on, the young artist was no further assistance to Professor Angel. All traces of strange dreaming vanished with his recovery. After a week of pointless interviews, my uncle no longer saw him.
Well, this is going nowhere, Jack. Why are we wasting time on this silly story of yours?
It's not my story, it's the victim's. It's not done yet.
My uncle's files contained countless notes describing the dreams of other people as well. He had instituted a far-flung body of inquiries amongst a great many friends, asking for nightly reports of their dreams. Many New Englanders gave an almost completely negative result, though scattered cases of uneasy but formless nocturnal impressions appear occasionally between March 23rd and April 2nd, the period of young Wilcox's delirium. Scientific men were a little more effective, though 4 cases of vague descriptions suggest fugitive glimpses of strange landscapes, and in one case there is mentioned a dread of something abnormal. It was from the artists and poets that the pertinent answers came, and I suspect him would have broken loose having been able to compare notes. The dreams being immeasurably the stronger during the period of the sculptor's delirium. Over a fourth of those who replied reported scenes and half-sounds not unlike those which Wilcox had described. And some of the dreamers confessed acute fear of some gigantic, nameless thing visible toward the last.
He's not kidding. The old man typed it all up and indexed it. It's all right here. He's as nutty as Thurston. They're both eggheads.
And look here, there's hundreds of newspaper clippings. Here's a suicide in London, something in Spanish from Argentina. Got a Theosophist cult in California. Let's see. Unrest at a mental asylum in Ohio. Oh, a voodoo orgy in Haiti. And there's native unrest in India. It's all between February and early April. Gotta admit, this is weird.
I'm sure it's weird, but it's a coincidence, right? Right, Jack?
I don't know. Over here, Thurston writes, now I can scarcely envisage the callous rationalism with which I set it all aside.
Part 2. The tale.
Come on, Jack. An artist has a scary dream, and some voodoo cult has a ritual at the same time. Probably happens every day. What's the big deal?
Sounds like that's what Thurston's thinking.
The implication of my uncle's research were not immediately clear to me. Why had he taken such keen interest in the dreams of Wilcox and the other? Once before, it appears Professor Angel had seen the hellish outlines of the nameless monstrosity, puzzled over the unknown hieroglyphics, and heard the ominous, unpronounceable name. This previous experience had taken place in 1908, 17 years earlier, when the American Archaeological Society held its annual meeting in St. Louis.
And so I take it back from the associate curator and I say, with a beard like that, it must be Neo-Acadian.
I'm going to the bar. Who needs another?
I wouldn't say no.
Count me in.
Yeah, that's it. Say, George, who's that fellow over there by the door?
He looks lost. I'll go find out if I can help him. You look lost. May I be of some assistance? Professor George Gamble Angel, Professor of Semitic Languages, Brown University.
Much obliged, Professor. John Raymond DeGrasse, Inspector of Police, New Orleans.
New Orleans, that's quite a distance to travel. I hope you're not chasing after a suspect of some kind.
No, sir, I'm not. I came hoping I might find someone here qualified to help us with a piece of evidence.
Evidence? You have an artifact for us to inspect?
Yes, sir, I believe I do.
Well, some of the best minds in American archaeology are here at the conference. How about I go introduce you to them? Would you care for a drink?
Much obliged, sir. Bourbon. Straight up.
May I introduce Professor Bell, Columbia University.
At your service.
Professor Quintana, University of Chicago.
How do you do?
Professor Henning, Harvard.
Good evening.
And this is William Channing Webb, Professor Emeritus, Princeton University.
Sir.
Gentlemen, this is Inspector LaGrasse of the New Orleans Police Department.
George here says you're having a hard time identifying a certain piece, Inspector.
Let's have a look at it. Let's see what we can make of it. I have a magnifying
Oh, here it is.
Great Scott!
Yes.
Where did you find it?
We recovered it some months ago in the swamps south New Orleans. Some kind of idol or fetish.
Recovered it? Where on earth did you find it?
On a raid. We were expecting some kind of voodoo meeting. But this was a cult unknown to us. Far more diabolic than even the blackest of the African voodoo circles.
Well, I should think.
May I?
Of course.
Let's see here. It seems to have a vaguely anthropoid outline, perched on a pedestal of some kind.
But with an octopus-like head, that face is a massive fearless.
The body seems rubbery or scaly. Looks rather bloated.
The hind and forefeet have prodigious claws.
Would you say those are wings folded up along the back?
Yes, long, thin, black wings behind its back.
It's surprisingly lifelike for something that seems so ancient.
It's sculpted in Well, it looks like soapstone. Look here. See the little iridescent flecks and the striations?
The writing along the base, it doesn't resemble any language I've ever seen.
Certainly looks old.
It certainly looks old.
I've never seen anything like it.
I have.
Professor, you've never...
You have?
I'll never forget it. Summer, 1860. Looking for Viking ruins off the coast of Iceland and Greenland. We were high on the west coast when we encountered a singular tribe of degenerate Eskimo. They practiced a curious form of human sacrifices. Bloodthirsty, repulsive. Now the other Eskimo, decent folk when you get to know them, they knew nothing of this tribe and said their ways had come down from ancient eons long before the world was made.
What did they do?
What did they do?
Besides nameless rituals and human sacrifices, they had certain hereditary queer rituals addressed to a supreme elder devil or Tornasuk. They had a fetish of it. Tupalak, carved in walrus tusk. They cherished it, danced around it when the auroras leapt high over the ice cliffs. It was a crude rendering, but it was this same thing, complete with the hieroglyphic writing on it.
These people, did they speak of a creature? Did they give it a name?
A name? I don't know anything about that. I witnessed one of their rites. They performed it on a victim they'd captured from another tribe. They did unspeakable things. By day, this band spoke Kolosut, like the other Eskimo, but this rite is conducted in another tongue entirely.
Do you recall anything they might have said?
Yes. And by God, I wish I could forget it. There's this one phrase they chanted, repeated it over and over again. I have no idea what it means.
I can tell you that. It means, in his house at Raleigh, dead Cthulhu waits dreaming.
What?
How do you know?
Mongol prisoner we captured on the raid. Suppose it's only fitting I should tell you the full story.
Yes.
A desperate man came to my office, November 1st, 1907.
I ain't leaving here until one of you listens to me.
Hush you! Y'all wait your turn.
Well, what seems to be the problem here, Galvez?
Sir, we need your help, sir.
What exactly do you need help with, Mr.
Thibodeau? And I know it sounds crazy, sir, but there's a voodoo cult at work out our way, and they's doing terrible things. We had animals, good hunting hounds, go missing at first, but then more things gone missing since them tom-toms have started beating out. We got women gone missing, 2 children, too.
Voodoo, huh? Where exactly is this happening?
You know the low countries and might southeast of Shuffleur Lagoon?
I've been down that way. No. What makes you think it's voodoo?
Well, me and Balk, we followed the drums to see what they were getting up to out there. Land's bad. There ain't no hunting out that way. And we got in close, and we could hear them shrieking and chanting and calling up the devil himself. Now, I ain't afraid of much, sir, but I can tell you, there was a sound I don't ever want to hear again.
How many you reckon's out there?
Maybe 200, maybe more. Hard to know for sure. They were shouting like they was crazy. Please, sir. We ain't normally folks who would traffic with the law. This is against the laws of nature. But we need your help, sir. Our women, our children.
So 20 of us set out late that afternoon with Thibodeau as our guide. It's more of a trail than a road down that way. We took our auto and some horses and a buckboard wagon we could use as a makeshift paddy wagon, if needed. The trail was long and wet. At length, the squatter settlement, a miserable huddle of huts, appeared before us.
It's all right, y'all. Mr. LaGrosse. He's brought men to help. Please, sir, you got to do something.
They done took our Maribel.
They's a doing a orgy thing with blood. You hear them? You hear them drums? That's where they're doing their hoodoo. It's worse than voodoo. They's a trafficking with Beelzebub himself.
Help us. Someone's got to do something.
Shoot every last one of them.
Calm down now and we'll...
Sir, did you hear that?
I did. You men, get in formation. 2 abreast. Now, which you will lead us to the place?
No.
Come now, we'll protect you. What? None of you will go there?
No, sir. I've seen their devil ways, and I ain't going back. I ain't going back for nothing.
Very well. How do we get there?
It starts out from the southeast. The glow of the fires and the drums will lead you from there.
Quiet, men. And have your weapons at the ready.
You keep an eye out for them gators.
I ain't never been out this way before, Roy.
Who'd want to? Out past where them squatters is, ain't many white men come out here. They say it's a haunted place. Evil.
Haunted?
Oh, yeah. They say there's this lake, a huge white monster with glowing eyes.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Late at night, them bat-winged devils come out in their caves and worship it. It's been here even since before the Indians came. And they say no man who's ever seen it lived. And if you get too close, start saying things to you in your dreams.
Okay, enough. I don't want to hear any more.
I didn't even get to the really bad part. I reckon you'd have to be a poet or maybe a madman to really describe the noises we heard as we approached the red glare and muffled tom-toms. I didn't know a man could howl and bray and squeal like some kind of rabid beast. But these people, their naked carrying on whipped them into such a fury. Well, I'd never seen anything like it, and I dearly hope I never will again.
Merciful Jesus! Inspector, there's too many of them! What's that noise? I swear I hear wings flapping. Quiet! Keep moving!
And then we heard the chant. That very same chant, Professor Webb. My men and I reached a spot where the trees thinned enough that we could see for ourselves. It was a ferocious confrontation. A few worshippers were slain outright, more wounded. In the end, my men took a full 47 prisoners. I personally removed the idol and carried it back to the police station. The prisoners proved to be of a very low and mentally aberrant type. Most were seamen with a sprinkling of Negroes and mulattoes, largely West Indians or Brava Portuguese from the Cape Verde Islands. Of course, we tried to question them, but few were willing or able to give rational responses. What's your name, old man?
I am called Castro.
All right, Castro. Now tell me, what is this god you worship?
None
of that. Speak English, you understand me?
It is the great old ones we worship.
The what?
The great old ones. They lived many ages before men, and they will live again. Their dead bodies told secrets and dreams to the first men, and they formed what's your English word? A church that will not die.
Your church has died, Mr. Castro. My men killed it.
Your men? Our church has always been, it will always be. It will hide in the far and dark places of the earth until the time when the great priest Cthulhu from his dark house in the mighty city of Relier under the waters shall rise and bring forth the great old ones. The time is coming. That will be soon.
The great old ones, huh? Up from under the sea?
From the sea, from the sky, from beyond the spheres. When the stars are right, they plunge from world to world and bring their images with them.
Is this one of their images? Is it?
No man has seen the old ones. They are not flesh and blood. Someday we shall be as they were once, free and wild. Until then, we keep alive the memory. They will return to us.
Is that so? Where did you learn this?
I have seen many things. I have been many places.
I'm sure.
I know things. Relier sink beneath the sea, and deep water is full of the mystery. But the memory, she never die. The black spirits of earth whisper to us from the deep, and our high priests say that the city will rise again when the stars are right.
Your high priests? There are more of you out there?
Where? We are everywhere. We are nowhere. That is not dead which can eternal lie, and with strange eons, even death may die.
What is that? Some kind of poem?
you tell me, policeman.
You like poems, do you? What about this chant of yours? Von Glühen?
Hey! Be careful what words you speak.
What does it mean?
It means in his house.
And that's when he told me. Someday this god of theirs would call, he said. When the stars were ready, and the secret cult would always be waiting to liberate him. He said spells preserved the great old ones intact, prevented them from making an initial move. So they could only lie awake in the dark and think while millions of years rolled by. But I didn't get much more out of him. He cut himself off hurriedly, and not even my most enthusiastic interrogators could break him. Only 2 of the prisoners were found sane enough to be hanged, and the rest were committed to various institutions. To a man, they denied a part in the ritual murders, saying the killing had been done by black-winged ones, which had been coming from the wood. It was quite a mess. Gentlemen, I've searched far and wide for evidence of this cult. It doesn't seem to be mentioned by any book, at least not by name. Professor Webb, I must thank you. Your story is the first corroboration I've found of it. We must compare notes when you find a moment of leisure. Right now, I'm sure I've taken up enough of your time. Do enjoy your conference, gentlemen. And thank you kindly for the bourbon.
Well, that's why Thurston's old uncle was all fired up. Wilcox dreamed both the figure in the swamp and the hieroglyphics, and the other thing.
Hey, hang on a minute. The swamp stuff was strange. But maybe this artist kid knew about it somehow. I mean, it has to be in some of these papers. Maybe he was just having the professor on.
Why would he?
Well, how should I know? How about you and I take a train ride to Providence tomorrow and let's find this artist. Let's see what he knows.
Yeah.
All those lines and angles going every which way. Hey, is that supposed to be a landscape or like a plaid tablecloth or something?
I think they call it modernism.
They call it crazy.
Hey, Wilcox, are you here?
Hey, Wilcox!
Over here. Yes?
I'm Sergeant Hale. This is Detective Mallory, Boston Police.
Yes, I'm working. What can I do for you?
Well, you can start by telling us what you know about Professor George Campbell Angel.
The archaeologist. Heard he passed away. Poor man.
Poor man, what's that?
He always seemed very afraid, searching for something, but I never knew what.
Why didn't you ask?
We talked of dreams, Sergeant. My dreams, as it happens. Although I suspect he was secretly more concerned about his own. He was a man of science, of course. But scientists and artists have this much in common. At least, great ones tend to frighten the ordinary man.
You think you're a great artist, do you?
Painting is easy when you do not know how, Sergeant, but very difficult when you do.
Your work is quite striking, Wilcox, I must admit it. For example, this piece, what's this supposed to be? Some sort of giant door?
Very good, detective. But then again, you could say every painting is some kind of door.
Oh, brother. Why can't you artists ever just paint a bowl of fruit or like a pretty girl or something?
A subject that is beautiful in itself gives no suggestion to the artist. It lacks imperfection.
Look, why were you talking to the professor in the first place? What was your angle?
My angle? Funny you should put it that way.
What were you trying to get out of it?
I thought he might be able to explain my dream images to me.
You expect us to believe that? I mean, what's to explain? Come on, it was just a dream.
I have always been amazed the way an ordinary observer attaches so much more importance to waking events than to those in dreams. Man is above all the plaything of his memory. All the things that one has forgotten scream for help in dreams.
They what?
Tell us about the cult.
The cult?
Yeah.
Yes, detective. I know what you're talking about. Professor Angel was fixated on that as well. But as I told him, I know nothing about it. I have never much been interested in the doings of men, but I have been trying to get back to that city of dreams ever since.
Well, Mr. Wilcox, I don't know whether I should wish you good luck on that or not.
If that's all, detective, I must get on my work.
We can show ourselves out.
Who this guy? Art is a dream. Art is a door. Art is racket, that's what it is. And this kid's line is nothing but bunk.
Now, Nick.
The kid is weird, Jack, and he knows more than he lets on. You're in early. You already at it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to put together this case. Well, really, it was Thurston's case, really. He just says that he wanted to piece together what his uncle stumbled upon. But, well, part of me feels that he just wanted some of the glory that goes with shining a light on this strange and ancient cult.
Yeah, but he didn't though, right? I mean, nobody even knows about this, whatever it is called, do they? Do we even know it's a real thing?
Well, he believed it was, and he believed that somebody killed his uncle over it. Angel was making inquiries and asking too many questions.
And he gets done in by a merchant Negro sailor? Come on, Jack.
Well, listen to this. Thurston wrote, I think he died because he knew too much, or because he was likely to know too much. And then he says, whether I shall go as he did remains to be seen, for I stand to learn too much.
It's pathetic. It's paranoid. And so are you. Come on. I say we hit the docks and start asking around about Negro merchant marines.
You go. I'm going to stay and see what else we can learn from these files.
Don't believe everything you read.
Right.
Part 3, the madness from the sea.
My inquiries had reached a dead end, and I tried to put it all behind me. But then my eye fell upon a straying piece of shelf paper. It was the merest chance that I encountered it. It was the sort of thing the cutting bureau my uncle employed ought to have found. But I found it. Would to God I hadn't. I was visiting a friend, a mineralogist at a museum in Paterson, New Jersey. He had some reserve specimens in a back room, and I looked them over idly as I was waiting for him. My eye was caught by an odd picture in one of the newspapers spread beneath the stones. It was the Sydney Bulletin from April 18th, 1925, and it featured a half-tone photo of a hideous stone image almost identical with that which Legrasse had found in the swamp. The accompanying article chronicled events that took place among 3 ships on the other side of the world.
This is Harbor Master, did not copy. Please repeat. Over.
This is HMS Vigilant. I've rescued a ship in distress. Ready to head to the Darling. Over.
We have a berth for you, Vigilant. Do you require assistance? Over.
Negative, Harbor Master. We should be able to bring her in. Let's help for this boat. Over.
And say again, please.
Understand me. Do you learn out, Lieutenant? Find her adrift. Like she'd been abandoned. Boarded her faint to her but not dead. The other one's in pretty bad shape. Good office robber. Over.
Understood, Vigilant. Bring the disabled vessel in. We'll get the survivor over to the hospital. I'll see if we can find out what happened. Over.
We found him on the bridge. He was clutching his stone out kind of thing. He's pretty shaken up.
He's rotten here, sir.
Oh, thank you, nurse.
Mr. Johansson, this is Mr. Kincaid. He'd like to talk to you. Are you up for a visit?
Yes.
If you need anything, I'll be right aside.
Thank you for seeing me. Mitchell Kincaid, Harbour Master here in Darling.
Gustav Johansson.
Feeling better? I came by to see you a few days ago, but, well, they're treating you all right.
They've been treating me fine, thank you.
Mr. Johansson, I need to file a report about the ship you came in on, the Alert. May I ask you a few simple questions?
Yes, ask them.
You were found on the bridge of the Alert, but you were not a member of her crew.
No, I was not.
I was second mate on the Emma, a schooner from Auckland sailing for Carlo. We took sea February 20th. 11 men. Big storm set in. High winds took us off course. Far south. There we found the Alert.
Abandoned?
Abandoned? No. No, 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 no.
2, 3, and heave!
Tie her up, boy!
Like Bull Armstrong! Hell with us watching brains! Is that talking up in the rigging?
Is he thinking?
He must see something.
We're so far, of course, we won't see anything for days.
Captain, there's a ship, 20 degrees out the port bow, 4 nocturnal miles.
Out here? Parker, see if you can raise him on the wireless.
Aye, Captain.
Give me the spyglass. She must see us. She's coming about. Looks like a steam yacht.
No response, sir.
Keep trying. Shall I have Hawkins send a contact signal?
Aye. Coxswain, set course for the vessel.
Adjusting course, sir.
Hawkins! Flash the contact signal to that ship!
Aye, sir!
She's stopped.
They're signaling us! What's the signal, Hawkins?
Turn back!
Turn back? That's what they said.
What do you make out of it, boys? We're off the course. The ship off the course, too. Oh, yeah. We're under sail, but they are under steam.
We should turn back. It's no business of ours.
Coxswain, maintain course. Continue approach.
Aye, Captain.
Nadie me escucha.
We're getting closer. Can you make out our crew?
Looks mostly like darkies, Kanakas and half-castes.
Captain! They've signaled again! Turn back now!
Take your glass, Johansson. Have the men pull and sail. We'll approach. Hawkins, signal that we're unarmed.
Captain, it looks like the ship is called the Alert. Sir, she has brass cannons on her.
Lower the mainsail. Helmsman, set course 270 and heave about her starboard side.
Aye, Captain!
Captain, I think...
We're under fire! Sound the alarm! Johansson!
Captain, our yawl boat's been hit!
Quick, fly a flag of surrender!
Captain, we're hit, sir! It's bad! What do we do, sir?
Coxswain, bring us alongside her. Johansson, unlock the armory.
Yes, sir.
Every man, grab a weapon. Either we take the Alert or we go down with the Emma. Man to man, lads, we fight these devils. Give them hell, boys!
I'm throwing the grappling line!
Attack!
The cooks were too. Even then we took the ship, but they would not surrender. We killed every last one of them, because that's what we had to do.
Good heavens.
Parker, Hawkins survived. Rodriguez, Guerrera, Engstrom, Bryden. As first mate, command fell to me. We followed the course that the Alert was on, and we came to an island that was unknown on the charts.
What happened?
Men. Men died.
What happened to them?
They fell into rocks, chasms. The angles were all wrong.
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
Bryden and me, we went back to the ship. Storm, adrift!
Yes, but on the island.
Sir, please. I think it would be good for Mr. Johansson to get his rest.
Yes. All right, well, thank you, Mr. Johansson. I wish you a speedy recovery from your ordeal.
Yes. What was the crew of the Alert doing out there with their idol? It wouldn't matter but for the dates. March 1st, there was an earthquake, and the mongrel crew of the Alert put to sea. On the other side of the world, poets and artists began dreaming of a strange, dank city. Wilcox molded the form of the dreaded nightmare creature. March 23rd, the crew of the Emma landed on an unknown island where 5 sailors died. That same day, dreamers worldwide experienced terrifying visions of a vast monster, and Wilcox falls into a delirium. April 2nd, there's another storm. Dreams of the dank city cease. Wilcox awakes. It's exactly what Castro described. Great things that shape men's dreams and a faithful cult that worships them. Something terrible, cosmic in its scope, was unfolding around us.
Poor devil, never had a chance.
I made arrangements and took a train to San Francisco, and in less than a month I was in Dunedin, in New Zealand, the home port of the Alert's crew. I visited the worst sorts of waterfront drinking establishments.
Wacko in the woods. In the woods? Stories of what they lived done. Turn a man's blood cold. Less said, the better.
Like what? Was it some kind of cult?
Questions like that'll get a man killed around these parts. Go home, Yank, or something happens to you. I sought out Johansson and learned he'd gone home to Oslo with his wife. I traveled to Australia and saw the Alert in Sydney Harbor. The vessel, which had seen such terrible sights, had been refitted as a bland commercial ship and showed no sign of the cult that had once piloted her. While in Sydney, I made an appointment at the Hyde Park Museum to see the idol that had been pried from Johansson's hands.
It's quite a special piece, this one. I'm surprised we haven't had others come to see it.
So, no one else has come inquiring about it?
Right after the Admiralty turned it over to us, Dr. Morrison analyzed the rock. He's a geologist.
Did he turn up anything interesting about it?
He never could identify it. He says there's no other rock like it in the world. Ah, here's the ugly little brute.
May I? It was the same terrible figure which Lagros had found in the swamp, but rendered by another hand with exquisite workmanship.
I think that's quite enough. I'll take that.
Though I tried, I could not let it go. I had to seek out the one man who might be able to explain what had happened.
Johansson.
He'd seen it all, so I traveled all the way to Sydney. From Sydney all the way to Oslo and made my way to his home.
help you there?
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't speak Norwegian. Do you speak English?
Nay. No is so good.
I would like to speak to your husband, Gustav Johansson.
Min man or daughter.
No? Your husband's dead?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How did he die?
Do not know how to say times at sea broke heart.
Times at sea? In New Zealand, 1925?
Yeah.
Did he tell you anything that happened there?
He know like to talk of it. He write in book, but book is English.
This book he wrote, can I see it?
I showed to you.
It was a slow conversation, but the kind Mrs. Johansson eventually let me have her husband's journal.
Oh my God, this is it. This is Johansson's journal right here. Hey, Nick.
Looking for a sailor on the docks. As well been looking for a lump of coal in a coal mine. Did your victim give you anything?
This.
What, another book? Jack!
Johansson, he was the sailor, the survivor of the Emma, and then he looked in the alert. This is his. He went there. He saw it.
Yeah, and did he kill Thurston?
No, of course
then
not.
Let's get back on the case.
I'm after the truth here.
Yeah, and I'm after the guy who killed Francis Thurston.
Listen to this. No, wait. This is the case. There's something dark and macabre and subtle at work here.
Jack, do you hear yourself?
Listen to this. Johansson's journal was a sample, a simple
Rambling thing. A sailor's effort at a post facto diary and strove to recall day by day that last awful voyage. Johansson, thank God, had only one piece of the puzzle, even though he saw the city and the thing. But I shall never sleep calmly again when I think of the horrors that lurk ceaselessly behind life and time and in space, and of those unhallowed blasphemies from elder stars which dream beneath the sea, known and favored by a nightmare cold ready and eager to loose them upon the world whenever another earthquake shall heave their monstrous stone city again to the sun and air.
Jack, our victim flipped his lid. So did the artist. So did the sailor. So did the archaeologist. Next it's going to be the detective.
I'm going to find the truth in this.
I just want to know who killed Francis Thurston.
It's all to do with this creature, this Cthulhu.
Don't even say it.
I don't like your tone, Sergeant.
Yes, sir. I'm going to canvass the park, sir. See if I can find anything real, sir.
Dismissed, Sergeant. Come on, Thurston, what's really going on?
Johansson's journal it repeated exactly what he had told the harbor master, though he was much more explicit about the ferocity of the swarthy cult fiends on the alert. Once his men had overcome the cultists and taken control of the alert, Johansson assumed command.
After ordering the death thrown overboard, my first command was to follow the course listed by these men in the ship's logs.
Captain, Brian and I found something.
What is it, Parker?
It's like a shrine.
But look over there. It's some kind of demon idol.
Is that blood?
Captain, the men, we don't like being on this ship. Its crew, they were...
A cult. They were devil worshippers.
Damn it. Well, this is the vessel we have. We're lucky if there's another one within 500 leagues of here. Have Guerrero and Rodriguez scrub the blood off the deck. That should help with something at least.
Land ho! 11 o'clock!
Land ho, what's he talking about? I checked the charts, there's nothing out here.
But Hawkins has a keen eye.
Telegraph in the engine room. Bryden!
Yeah?
5 knots. I'm going out for a look.
Dead ahead, sir. Coming out of the water. Looks like a pillar or something. What do you think it is, sir?
I don't.
I think you can find a new island, sir.
Look! There's more beyond it!
It's not an island. It's a city, a building.
No, who could have made such thing?
Esto fue hecho con las manos del diablo.
We should turn back.
You think like the earthquake could have pushed it up from the sea, sir?
How would I know? So, of course, Mr. Bryden.
Aye, sir.
Hawkins! You see any signs of life on it?
No, sir! Looks all wet and slimy. I think it just came up from the sea.
Watch the shore for a place we can land the dinghy.
Ashore?
You heard me. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. A bad dream brought up by the sea. Vast angles of huge stone, not of this earth. The men have fear but are drawn to see it too. No one could have predicted such a place. We go ashore tomorrow.
Captain, looks like we might be able to go ashore there. Near those big stone steps.
Hard to port? Is it hard to port?
You are too strong, Armstrong.
Use your back. Pull!
It's gonna be hard going. The mud and the ooze.
We should have stayed on the ship.
It's dead still.
It's reckless coming ashore like this.
Just hope Johansson knows what he's doing.
I reckon the sea must have coughed it up. Sir?
It must have.
Never seen nothing like it. This is not a good place. Oh, it stinks! Oh. Look at that tower over there.
Look up over there. Those look like some kind of sculptures. Or maybe...
It's a thing with wings.
I don't like it.
Buck up, men. It's an adventure. Rodriguez! Cast off the line and make it off. Steady, men.
It is mad, but solid. I named you Isla del Paraíso.
Yeah, it's some paradise, I'll say that. Come on, men. Let's see what's around this place.
My God, Branney. Who could imagine such a place? It's wrong.
Even the sun barely shines.
Careful, you all right?
Yeah. I think I sprained my ankle.
Where are we gonna go, Captain?
We'll split up. Have a look around. And we'll meet up where that angled rock sticks out.
Sticks out? It goes in.
No, you're right. No, well, maybe.
This place is all wrong. Come on, Brian, let's see where this goes.
Sim, esa, sígueme, guerrera.
Ya voy. No vaya tan rápido, coño.
Hawkins, Angstrom, let's see what's around that ledge.
Hey, writing. Look at those carvings. Think that's some kind of writing?
Maybe like the hieroglyphics, like in Egypt.
You think it says something?
Probably says men didn't make this place, so we should leave now.
Come, look, we see something with wings.
That's ugly. It looks like a bird, but a fish, but a squid. I don't like it.
Come on.
Who do you think made this thing? I don't know.
Come on, let's go to top.
These stone blocks.
No, too big for men.
If you look at them, they go sideways. But if you stare at them, they don't. It's like they're angled. I don't know.
Keep moving. I have Hunter getting closer to the center of this thing.
Look, there. Branney and Parker.
Did you find anything?
Sculptures, maybe some writing?
I don't know, we should probably head back before it gets dark.
Yeah, you're probably... Has anyone seen Rodriguez and Guerrera?
He started climbing, but up here, I mean, who knows where he'd end up?
Hey, Rodriguez! Hey, aquí!
That's him. Come on, let's go.
Oh, there he is, up there.
Oh, my God.
How he climbed that?
Jesus Christ. Rodriguez, the Portuguese, climbed up or perhaps across the jamb of what was like a great door. Guerrero was across or perhaps below it. The door was stone, and on it was carved relief of a thing, like a squid or a dragon. Was it flat? Upright? Who could tell it this place? We went right up to the great door, and Guerrero joined us.
You think it's a door? It's huge.
Touch it.
I'm not touching it.
I touch it. Oh, it's muck.
Look, Rodriguez made it to the top. I think that...
It's moving.
Right.
You won't fear.
No, it's moving. It's coming.
You're right. It is. It's moving. Rodriguez, get down here now! Stand. It left giving blackness that we could almost feel. It seemed to actually burst forth like smoke, visibly darkening the sun as it slunk away into the drunken sky on its hideous flapping wings.
The stench, it's too much.
There's something.
I don't hear anything.
Quiet. It's calling.
Pocket.
What the hell?
It's coming.
Hey, you're right. It is.
It moves.
Run! Run! It came. So huge it could barely squeeze through the great opening. There are no birds for such a thing. Visibly darkening the sun as it slunk away. Okay. Bryden! This way! Run!
Sir, we made it!
What about the paragraph? Okay.
Brian! This way! Run!
It was not, in fact, so far from the ship. But with such a thing in pursuit. We ran. We reached the ship. I took the helm and brightened stoked the engines. That sound. There's a possible sound told me it was in pursuit.
Lines. Release the anchor! Right now! Go on, sir! We made it! Oh my God, we made it! What was that thing? Ice front! Don't look back, man! Why? It's not like... It's in the water! Oh my God, that thing's coming right for us! Oh my God, it's right there!
That impossible sound told me it was in pursuit.
Stop the engine! Stop the engine! Loosen the thing! Sir! We're gonna die! Hurry! Stop the gun, man! If we take our money, we'll have to destroy!
Give me speed, give me speed.
Give me speed. Give me speed. Give me speed!
The alert was at full speed, and not so close. I could see every one of its feelers on its head. As he bent at it, the blow sport bent straight into it, and then there was some kind of burst. Sound and smell that there are no birds there. It overcomes.
It raised up from the water. The alert was at full speed and us so close. I could see every last one of its feelers on its head as we bent at it. The blowsport went straight into it, and there was some kind of burst. Sound and smell, for that there are no words for it. We were overcome by a cloud of green and drove straight through. I should have learned from Brayden, but I could not help myself. I had to look back. That thing somehow put itself back together again. I leaned on the steam and I never looked back. I did not navigate. I just drove us straight on, away from that place. Brayden was perfect. I could only laugh or sometimes weep after it happened. April 2nd, there was another storm. I don't remember much beyond that. Perhaps I went mad too. The Vigilant found us. They had food and water. Questions. I want to go home again. So very far from that place. I tell my story to no one. Who could believe such a thing? Even this I have wrote in English so that my wife will not read it and think me mad. My death will be a boon if it could somehow blot out the memory of that voyage.
Poor devils, they never had a chance.
Jack, did you hear me? I think I found our man. He's down under Pier 8. Come on.
Hey, listen.
No, come on. You can read in the car.
Listen to this. He writes, I have all the documents here in this box. I have looked upon all the universe has to hold of horror. I do not think my life will be long. They found my uncle, they found Johansson. The cult still lives, you know.
Maybe he's on to something after all, but come on, we gotta go, come on.
The thing still lives too, I suppose, again in that chasm of stone which has shielded him since the sun was young. His accursed city is sunken once more, for the Vigilant sailed over the spot after the April storm, but his ministers on earth still bellow and prance and slay around idle-cap monoliths in lonely places. He must have been trapped by the sinking most within his black abyss, or else the world would by now be screaming with fright and frenzy. Who knows the end? What has risen may sink, and what has sunk may rise. Loathsomeness waits in dreams in the deep, and decay spreads over the tottering cities of men. A time will come, but I must and cannot think. But someone has to know. I cannot bear the notion that this dread secret will die with me.
What did I tell you, Nick? It was...
Come on, hurry, before it's too late.
He's under the pier?
Come on.
He must be a member of the cult. Are you sure a man's under the pier here, Nick?
Oh, yeah.
Well, can you tell us more about this thing? Nick, what are you doing? Nick, what are you doing?
How many times did I tell you to not say that name? Jack.
Nick!
It's not meant for people like you to say. You know, it's pathetic. Watching you try to figure it out, to try to understand. Why couldn't you leave it alone?
What are you talking about?
Thurston had the same stupid look on his face when I drove the knife in.
You?
I wonder if LaGrasse will be as surprised. Or we'll be paying him a visit too. But at least I won't have to put on that ridiculous black face. I never did care for the smell of burnt cork.
Nick.
It's all right, Jack. You don't have to worry about Thurston or his files anymore. His secrets are safe with me. Fungluin Guanafa. Cthulhu Vilje Waganaga Fatagen.
You've been watching H.P. Lovecraft's The Call of Cthulhu, brought to you by our sponsor, 4 Hands Toothpaste. 4 Hands treats your teeth right since it's made with Zenareth. Until next week, this is Ernestine Blackwell, reminding you to never go anywhere alone. If it looks bad, don't look, and save the last bullet for yourself.